Hello, I'm Ty Mason of the DiabetesCouncil.com, researcher, writer, and I have type 2 diabetes. Now, I want to emphasize that my perspective is coming from one with type 2 and not type 1. Our channel is primarily for those with prediabetes and type 2. Today, I want to answer the question, what is the difference between type 1 and type 2 diabetes? After you watch the video today, I invite you to check out the description box for my new ebook. This is one of the most comprehensive diabetes meal planning books you'll find anywhere. It contains diabetes-friendly meals and recipes for different goals such as 800 to 1800 calories per day meal plans, diabetes meal planning tips and tricks, and there are also tons of diabetes-friendly recipes for everyone. We hear the term diabetes and automatically think we know what it is, right? Well, those of us with diabetes, we probably do know that there are 2 or maybe 3 types depending on how you want to classify it. Some will call prediabetes a form of diabetes, and I guess that's true. It's kind of like preschool being kind of like school. Then there are type 1 and type 2 diabetes. And don't forget about gestational diabetes. We will talk briefly about that one at the end of this video. But in this video, I want to attempt to give you the similarities and differences in each, as well as some possible causes. Diabetes affects approximately 30 million Americans today. That is nearly 1/10 of the population. Diabetes is a disorder of the endocrine system. With diabetes, blood sugar levels stay high because either the pancreas can no longer produce enough insulin or the cells of the body are resistant to insulin and the pancreas can't keep up. Either way, the glucose or sugar level in the bloodstream becomes too high and the body simply cannot function properly. Now in the U.S., about 80 million people are over the age of 20 that have blood glucose levels above the normal range, but not high enough to yet be classified as type 2 diabetes. This is known as prediabetes. It is sometimes referred to as impaired glucose tolerance. This type of diabetes is difficult to diagnose because most people with prediabetes usually have no symptoms. But prediabetes is almost always present before a person develops type 2. Without symptomology, however, it's hard to diagnose people because they don't go see a doctor if they have no symptoms of a disease. Complications normally associated with diabetes, such as heart disease, can begin to develop even when a person has prediabetes. In general, people who have a fasting plasma blood glucose in the 100 to 125 milligrams per deciliter range are defined as having impaired fasting glucose or prediabetes. Now, like many diseases, early detection can be very good. Talk to your doctor about testing for prediabetes. You may be able to actually prevent type 2. Type 1 diabetes used to be called juvenile diabetes or insulin-dependent diabetes. Type 1 occurs because the insulin-producing cells of the pancreas are actually destroyed by the immune system. Type 1 diabetes is actually considered an autoimmune disease. Its onset has nothing to do with diet or lifestyle. There is nothing anyone can do to prevent type 1, and at present, nothing you can do to get rid of it. Type 1 diabetes most commonly starts in people under the age of 20, but may occur at any age. According to the Mayo Clinic, the most common symptoms of type 1 are increased thirst, frequent urination, bedwetting in children who previously didn't wet the bed during the night, extreme hunger, unintended weight loss, irritability and other mood changes, fatigue and weakness, blurred vision, and in females, a vaginal yeast infection. As again, there is no cure for type 1 and it cannot be reversed. To determine diabetes, a blood sample will be taken after an overnight fast. A fasting blood sugar level less than 100, well, that's normal. A fasting blood sugar level of 126 or higher on 2 separate tests, you will be diagnosed with diabetes. Now, if you are diagnosed with diabetes, the doctor may do other tests to distinguish between type 1 and type 2, since the two conditions often require different treatments. Now, type 2 diabetes, according to WebMD, well, the body continues to produce insulin, although insulin production by the body may significantly decrease over time, but the pancreas produces either not enough or the body is able to recognize insulin and use it properly. While there isn't enough insulin or the insulin is not used as it should be, glucose can't get into the body's cells to be used as energy. This glucose then builds up in the blood. Now, this condition was once known as adult onset or non-insulin dependent diabetes. It is more common in adults, and type 2 increasingly affects children as childhood obesity increases. There's no cure for type 2 diabetes, but some are able to manage the condition by eating well, exercising, and maintaining a healthy weight. If diet and exercise aren't enough to manage your blood sugar well, you may also need diabetes medications, which may include insulin therapy. Now, their symptoms for type 2 are basically the same for type 1 with a few additions. You'll see slow healing sores or cuts, itching of the skin, recent weight gain, numbness or tingling in the hands and feet, and impotence or erectile dysfunction. Now, a quick word about gestational diabetes. Hormone changes during pregnancy can affect insulin's ability to work properly. This condition, called gestational diabetes, occurs in about 4% of all pregnancies. Gestational diabetes is tested for during the pregnancy and is treated if present. Usually blood sugar levels return to normal about 6 weeks after giving birth. Well, I hope this has shed some light on the different types of diabetes. Don't forget to get my new ebook, and please subscribe to our channel for many more videos like this one in the future. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Ty Mason.